Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. I made a video a few days ago about the clan boss, and I showed you some uncommon champs and a couple of common champs that I thought would have some utility. And I explained that understanding the mechanics of clan boss and utilizing champions regardless of their rarity is going to be more effective for you than just having all your strongest champions on a clan boss team. So what I thought I would do is make a quick video showing you an example. I burned through about 400 green shards, and I just took I grabbed whoever I pulled that I talked about in that video and built them up. So this is the team I ended up with. So let's go ahead and put everybody in that I've built. We've got Outlaw Monk, who I talked about. This is Fireblade, Brute, Deathhound, I believe is his name, and then Valerie. She's farmable. She's going to be our support. And Outlaw Monk, I managed to get one to skill up, so I got his second skill cooldown reduced. That's what you want to shoot for. Her, I got a couple of skill ups. Valerie has no skill ups. And then Deathhound was fully skilled up. I pulled 2 or 3 of him every time I popped 10 shards. And then Brute, as I mentioned, we don't want to skill up. So I also want to say, I'll show you the artifacts after the run, but I put very mediocre artifacts on these guys, except Valerie. Valerie probably has the nicest artifacts, but none of them are still through the roof, right? They're all only level 40. So I'm not expecting to hit 1,000,000 damage here, but it's going to be more substantial than a lot of the newer players are hitting, even if you've got a few level 50 champions that aren't necessarily good for clan boss. I think we're going to see that I expect to hit no less than 400,000. So keep in mind, this is all common champs, 1 uncommon champ, and 1 rare farmable champ. They're only level 40, and they've got mediocre gear on them. And I still think we're going to hit at least 400,000 on this run. So let's go ahead and pop in. I haven't tested this. I have no idea how this is going to go. So I guess if they get one shot and wrecked, I just won't upload the video. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm expecting at least 400,000 damage here. So when we get into the run, we'll talk a little bit about what everybody's going to be doing. Now, Fireblade has poisons in her kit. Outlaw Monk has poisons in her kit. Deathhound has poisons, and then Brute, I think has, I don't remember what Brute does, to be honest. Also, BlueStacks, I don't know what the deal with BlueStacks is, man. I have to restart my computer's brand new. It's a powerhouse computer. If I start my computer up and load up BlueStacks, it runs fine. If I close it and walk away and come back and open it up, it runs real choppy like this unless I restart my computer. It's the only program on my computer that runs like that. I have no idea why it does that. It's really aggravating. I might start looking for a new emulator. So if you guys use any other emulators and have any suggestions to make, let me know in the comments what emulator you prefer, because I'm kind of getting irritated with BlueStacks. I don't like the way it's running. But anyway, I digress. As you can see, we are loading him up with poisons. Valerie's throwing some shield on us occasionally. She's knocking debuffs off of us. She's knocking debuffs off of us and making our buffs last longer. And basically everybody else is here just throwing poisons on. We're not doing a lot of damage with our actual hits, but the goal is just to keep poison stacked on him, because that's doing damage based off his max HP, and anybody that can do any type of damage based off max HP in the clan boss is going to be useful for you. So one that I'm actually building, he's another uncommon, his name is Armiger. He scales on defense, and he also does damage based off max HP. So I may bring him in here and play around with him one day. But as I said, these were just the first 4 that I got of the ones that I talked about in the video. So this isn't even necessarily an ideal mix-up. You could go double Outlaw Monk if you have a better healer. I tried to do this with as much of the bare minimum as I possibly could, so that you could see this as a newer player and think, oh, well, I've got a better healer than Valerie, or I've got a better version I've got a better option than Deathhound, who's a common. He's a 1-star champion. So I just want you to see, understanding the mechanics and putting a team together based on the mechanics of clan boss, rather than everybody with purple and gold borders, right? There are legendary champions that you could put in here that would not match the damage that these little uncommons and commons are putting out. So runs are going to be over. Lasted 2 minutes 20 seconds. Let's see what kind of damage we did. So we almost did 1,000,000 damage with 3 uncommons, 1 common, and a rare. I didn't expect that at all. I did not expect to close in on 1 million. that went better than expected, actually. So there you see, these three were very easy to awaken. It's nothing but lesser potions. You don't need any greater potions or any superior potions to get them to 4-star awakened. I recommend getting her to 3-star so that her skill improves. She gets her ascended, her bump in her skill, and then you can't ascend to common. But look at this: Outlaw Monk did 340k, Brute did almost 300k, Fireblade did 120k. Death Hound, the common, did 192k. That's pretty nice. So let's take a look at the runes so you can see I'm not lying to you. I didn't throw a bunch of godly runes. I don't have any rune. I keep saying runes, artifacts. I don't have a bunch of godly artifacts, but let's take a look. I've got him on accuracy, and I just looked for everything that had accuracy and HP. So I'll click through these real quick. But I mean, if you're looking at his substats, all I'm shooting for was accuracy and HP. That's all I wanted on him. And I couldn't always get it, but like here, there was no accuracy. But I still got his accuracy to 110, so we did okay. But you can see there's nothing crazy about any of these artifacts. You can farm the campaign and get these. If you're farming any of the dungeons, you can get these. You can check your shop. Sometimes these things will drop. You can see we've got 3 white bordered or gray bordered gear on him. And again, a little bit of HP on that. Oh yeah, we want a lot of crit rate on him because remember if he crits, he does what we want him to do. So I wanted to make real sure I had a lot of crit rate on him. There's not a ton of speed on any of these champions. So you can see what we're working with. I'll go through her. I guess I'll just show them all to you because I won't show one and people in the comments will be like, how come you didn't show Death Hound? So I'll just let you see. I'll click through them all. You can pause if you want to take a longer look at them. But again, this was very easy to do. I did all of this in a day. I summoned them all. I built them all up. I geared them up. I did it all in a day. It is not a ton of work. And as you can see, we almost pumped out 1 million damage with these champions. So nothing crazy on any of these champions. Now Valor is the only one who's got some decent gear. I think it's mostly resistance gear because for whatever reason, this game loves throwing resistance gear at me. So Valor is the only one that some of the pieces you might look at and go, that's pretty nice, but she should get your nicer gear. Basically all you need on the other guys is accuracy, crit rate on Brute, and then a little bit of survivability. With Valor being your support, you're going to want to stack what you can on her. So like this one has a bunch of accuracy she doesn't need. I wish, but I also didn't want to just totally fully optimize her. But as you can see, this game really likes to throw pretty resistance gear. Every time I farm a dungeon or whatever, it drops me a bunch of... But somebody's going to have some nice accuracy if I decide to put them on resistance at some point. But that's it. None of these stats are insane. None of this gear is insane. None of the champions are insane. You'll accumulate green shards over time. Just burn through a bunch of them. Try to get your skill ups. Like as you can see, I got Outlaw Monk. That's not even the one that's skilled up. Yeah, that's not even the one that... My Outlaw Monks got mixed up. So I skilled up one, but then I accidentally put the gear on the one that wasn't skilled up. And then, yeah, it got screwed. So he wasn't even skilled up. You can get this down to a 3-turn cooldown, which means he's going to do even more damage than he did. He's going to get more poisons out as the battle goes on. So Brute's not skilled up at all. Fireblade has a few skill ups, nothing crazy. So it's very easy to do. Very easy to do. You can ramp up your damage in Clan Boss, as I said, with the champions that I talked about in that other video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But I mean, you know, million damage with greens, with uncommons and commons. So that's it. I hope that this helped you. I hope it was beneficial for you to see it in action, so that you can go through your champion box and see what you've got working with. You can either utilize what I talked about in the last video and see if maybe you have any rares, epics, or legendaries that will fill those roles. But if you don't have those champions, now you see that all you got to do is pop a few green shards, check your market, and pull some of these really easy to pull champions that you're going to be seeing all the time as you pop green shards. Skill them up a little bit, put some decent gear on them, ascend them, and even at 4-star, I wanted to 5-star them, but I just decided that was going to put too much of a halt in my progression to 5-star all of them. That's basically making another 6-star in essence. And so I didn't want to halt my progression too much to do this, but I did want to put some resources in, spend a little bit of time, and show you guys that apparently you can hit 1 million. I didn't expect to hit 1 million, but apparently you can bump up to 1 million with just a little bit better stats. Like if Outlaw Monk was skilled up, I bet we'd have hit 1 million. You know what I mean? So you can hit 1 million with these champions. That's the point. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope it was helpful. I'll link to the other video below. And if you have any questions for any other things you'd like to see, or any videos you'd like me to do, in addition to the How to Build series that I am in the process of working my way through, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to take suggestions. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. And I've rambled long enough, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.